Have you ever noticed how some of the biggest mysteries in One Piece aren't hidden behind ancient poneglyphs or impossible battles, but in the smallest details? Take Goldie Roger's straw hat. Most fans look at it and immediately assume it was simply passed down. Roger wore it, then Shanks, and finally Luffy. A perfect line of inheritance. It feels so obvious that many of us never stop to question it. But what if that's exactly why we're overlooking something important? Because the truth is, Roger's straw hat might be far more mysterious than we think. And one overlooked possibility could completely change how we view the beginning of the Pirate King's journey. Let's think about it. When people discuss the straw hat, they usually focus on who owned it before Roger. The giant frozen straw hat beneath Mary Geoise only strengthens that theory. It makes the connection to Joy Boy feel almost undeniable. But here's the interesting part. We actually know almost nothing about how Roger got his hat. Oda has shown us Roger's final voyage, his crew, his battles, and even moments from his younger years. Yet one detail has remained strangely absent. No flashback, no explanation, no emotional scene showing someone placing that hat on Roger's head. For a story that loves showing inherited wills, that's surprisingly quiet, and silence in One Piece is rarely meaningless. Now imagine another possibility. What if Roger didn't inherit the hat at all? What if he made it himself? At first, that idea sounds ridiculous. After all, why would the Pirate King create something that later became one of the most iconic symbols in the series? But think about Roger as a person. Before he became the Pirate King, he was simply a young man chasing freedom. He didn't know about Laugh Tale. He didn't know about Joy Boy. He wasn't carrying anyone's legacy because he hadn't discovered it yet. A straw hat is simple, cheap, ordinary, exactly the kind of thing someone could buy or even weave together without giving it much thought. Imagine the irony. Roger chooses the hat because he likes it. Years later, after reaching Laugh Tale, he realizes that the hat resembles a symbol connected to someone who lived over 800 years ago. That would be such an Oda twist. Not destiny forcing Roger onto a path, but Roger unknowingly walking toward destiny on his own. Of course, there are problems with this theory. The giant straw hat hidden in Mary Geoise strongly suggests the design existed long before Roger was born. If that's true, then Roger almost certainly didn't invent the hat itself. Still, that doesn't automatically prove someone handed him his own hat. The design could already have existed in the world without Roger knowing its deeper meaning. Just like people today wear symbols without understanding the history behind them. That possibility keeps the mystery alive. What's fascinating is how Oda refuses to answer this seemingly simple question. And maybe that's intentional. Because the origin of Roger's straw hat isn't really about the hat. It's about what the hat represents. Throughout One Piece, inherited doesn't always require inheriting an object. Sometimes different people reach the same ideals completely independently. Roger sought freedom. Shanks protected that dream. Luffy now carries it even further. Whether the hat was passed from one person to another, or whether Roger chose it himself before passing it on, the meaning eventually became the same. The hat stopped being just an object. It became a promise, a symbol that every generation adds something new to. So, did Roger inherit the straw hat from an older legacy? Or did he unknowingly choose a symbol that had been waiting centuries for someone worthy to wear it? Right now, we simply don't know. And that's exactly what makes this mystery so compelling. Sometimes the most powerful theories aren't the ones with the loudest evidence. They're the ones built around the quiet questions Oda deliberately leaves unanswered. Until he finally reveals the truth, every possibility remains on the table. And maybe that's the real lesson behind Roger's straw hat. Not every mystery needs an immediate answer. Sometimes the fun of One Piece comes from looking at an ordinary object and realizing it might be hiding an extraordinary story.